Fala galera, sejam bem-vindos ao meu canal, espero que vocês tenham gostado de Erika. Foi rápido, né? Mas, enfim. Vamos aqui começar com Biomutant, ou Biomutante, né? Um game novo que lançou recentemente, acredito eu. Vamos lá. Eu tô trazendo logo de agora porque ele começa antes, né? Então até voltei pra... Fechei o jogo e voltei pra gente ver aqui. Deixa eu ver se ele vai começar de novo na mesma parte. Vai. Acompanhem. Tá.
How can something as beautiful as this be dying? A plague is ruining the land, but the tree of life still stands. Question is, for how long? End is coming to the new world. The tribes stand divided, in need of someone strong enough to unite them, or bring them all down. This is a story with an unusual beginning. So, let's expect an unusual end.
Tá.
Welcome to Biomutant.
Welcome to Biomutant. Eu vim em configurações aqui primeiro. Vozes tem brasileiro, português? Não. Não tá. Interface. Bússola ligado. Câmera. Vídeo. Tela cheia, sem bordas. Sincronização vertical, vou deixar ligado, obviamente. Nitidez eu não preciso. Tá. Ok. Acho que vambora, né? Médio. Padrão. É meio estranho. É um serrilhamento. Olha, tá estranho, olha. Sei lá.
Encode your DNA.
Tá, escolha a raça. Primal é a espécie antropomórfica com velocidade desenvolvida. Híbrido resultado de mutação genética que torna ágeis e hábeis à custa de um intelecto menos desenvolvido. Doom é a espécie menos desenvolvida. Um ramo híbrido que compensa por falta de aptidão mental com força física. Desenvolvimento extraordinário. Híbridos proscritos cuja sequência de DNA será tanto no desafio físico quanto os mentais. Entendi. Muito desenvolvida. Tá, pelo que eu tô percebendo, essa aqui é melhor. Em questão de intelecto. Em questão de força, essa aqui é a padrão, né? Essa aqui são muito feios, cara. Essa aqui mesmo, velho.
Define your genetic structure.
É sério? Caraca. Cara, eu vou te falar, vou deixar padrão, velho.
Choose a genetic resilience.
Resistência genética, calor, biológico, frio. Tá.
Choose your first style.
Aqui.
Pick your main color.
Legal. Vou colocar assim. Tá.
Choose your detail color.
Caramba. Sim mesmo.
Pick a dead mercenary.
Nossa, o mercenário é um espadachim treinado que dominou a arte da lâmina.
Deadeye.
Pistoleiro.
Commando.
Soldado.
Cypher.
Isso, gostei.
Saboteur. Sentinel. Cypher. Mercenary. Deadeye.
O primeiro pente.
Mercenary. Deadeye. Commando. Cypher. Cypher chosen.
Vou escolher esse aqui.
Good
Confirmar.
choice.
Já começa? Movimentação pra frente.
Here's somebody with a troubled past, drawn into the spotlight of a story that's already begun. We're already at a crossroads. Choosing a path in life is that fork in the road where you make a choice or simply stop living.
Qual que eu tenho que seguir?
But for you, it's not only a crossroad, but a choice. A reflection of your key, the primal energy that flows through everything.
Allow me to introduce myself. I'm the dark side of you, your inner voice to be precise, an echo of the balance and consequence of your actions as you move forward.
So glad you realize who you really are. Let's keep to the bright and better path moving on.
You can't contradict yourself like that. You made the right choice to begin with. Why would you change your mind?
Because you can't deny what's deep within your heart. Sometimes a thought is just a thought. In the end, it's the way you act that counts.
But remember, this is just the beginning of the end. Eventually, it'll be my way or the highway.
Guess left can be right sometimes.
Tá.
Stories of death and the bodies left behind. A reminder that we're at the mercy of nature and the one that preys on others.
Carne de carnívoro,
Do you
beleza.
remember the beast that shattered your family? Or did you choose to forget? You turned your back on our world and got lost in your own. Meanwhile, the predator only grew stronger.
Mano, tá muito serrilhado ali, cara. Olha aquilo. Nossa. Deve ser do jogo, velho. Rolamento. Bom, hein? Tá. Ô, louco!
Better make a run for it. This is not the time nor place to end this story.
Tá, igual aquela. Igual o começo, beleza, beleza, beleza. Acabou o jogo. Ai, ai.
This time, it was best to run and live to fight another day. Let us hope you're ready for it when it comes.
Tá, deixa eu só ver um negócio aqui, gente. Tá muito... Aff. Tá no máximo, hein. Aqui, ó. Tá. Bum. Personagem, sistema, equipamento. Beleza.
The predator isn't the only threat. The wildlife started to mutate when the end of days began, and the tree of life started to die.
Evolução que deu errado. Se aproxime de um inimigo para mirar os ataques corpo a corpo. Centralize a câmera na direção do inimigo. Tá. Vai recarregar. Ok.
A duel. Finish him off.
Beleza. Abra a porta. Posso pegar aqui? Ah, é automático? Tá. Explore o abrigo 101. Você encontrou um complemento de arma. Coloque uma arma de longo alcance para dar um efeito especial ao dano. Equipar. Eu tenho. Selecione um complemento. Tá. Legal. Você encontrou um suplemento médico. Ok. Tem isso aqui e tem isso aqui. Legal. Será que foi, cara, a situação lá que eu pedi, que eu coloquei? Foi, velho, mas... Nossa. Lembre-se de parar os ataques dos inimigos. Tá. Nossa. Nossa. Toma. Ninhos caídos podem ser saqueados, tá? Já vou fazer isso. Eu tenho que ir por ali, mas tem alguma coisa pra cá? Tá. Derrote bombástico. Demora. Acabou um. Tá. Tem nada aqui. Aqui também não. Explora o túnel. Ah, vai ter inimigo aqui, né? E foi, né, titio? É, rapaz. Tá. Vamos ver esse ponto de aprimoramento aí. Tá. Entendi. Examine a porta.
Look, an emergency box from the once was. A rare sight.
Tá.
That pipe looks weak. The claw bar should come in handy. Whoa. It's time to find a way out of this place. No, really, I mean it.
Ele está prestes a fazer um ataque especial. Entendi.
The morks produce biomatter in their multi-organ that they shed under distress. Blobs that affect the cellular coding strands of any living being when absorbed, including you.
Calma aí, trouxa. Enfim. Eu vou pegando o jeito ainda.
Toxanol built vessels called arks to save themselves from the impending doom. But was it too late? It is only from the flight logs of the single ark they left behind that we know other arks traveled through the sky and beyond. It seems those that came before us never lost hope in finding a new home for their kind.
Tá, deixa eu ver
Locked
aqui.
solid.
Tá. O quê? Enquanto quebra-cabeças, eles estão espalhados por todo mundo. Alguns abrem novos caminhos e outros concedem recompensas incríveis. Para mudar o nodo WS. Ok. Ok.
Just a few moves left. Make them count.
Entendi. Tá.
There are few records of the chain of events that led to the big apocalypse eons ago, but it's clear the world wasn't prepared for how recklessly the Toxanol Corporation would make its mark on the world. Their rare earth mining and nuclear industries generated tons of waste, and without consideration for the future, they dumped it all in landfills until they ran out of space. That's when they made the big mistake. They began dumping the toxic waste in the surf just off the coast instead, assuming that it would sink and decay with time. And they were right. But no one was prepared for what was about to unfold. Once in the surf, the radiation interfered with the genetics of the wildlife and created bizarre mutations in their offspring. It had an inconceivable impact on biodiversity and the entire ecosystem. The world as they knew it crumbled as nature retaliated. It would never be the same again, and what remained of it became ours.
Tá. É um jogo bem simples, né, cara? Bem simplesinho.
The sound of spark metal going pew pew is never a good thing.
Piu piu.
It's coming from behind that door.
Piu piu.
A warning label. The box looks like a potential brain melt. It's going to take a bit of puzzling to short-circuit the door.
Tire cada um dos... Tá. Ué, mas não tá certo?
Locked, but good. Let's try that again.
Branco, branco, amarelo, amarelo, branco, branco, amarelo. Ué.
Just a few moves left. Make them count. Quite a shock to the system. Let's try that again.
Mas era o que tava
There you
aqui.
go.
Meu Deus. Tava assim já. Tudo bem. Um contra-ataque no momento exato a dois inimigos. Ok.
The wheeled one is outnumbered. You'd better help him out. Zap 'em good. That's the last of them. Let's talk to the wheeled one before backup arrives.
Toma.
At least you got something for your trouble.
Ah. Brinca comigo, vai.
Loma utulu ba yogo.
He wants to thank you for taking his side against the scavengers. He sounds familiar. You just can't figure out why.
Beboko kontabe ba lo yualu.
He presents himself as out of date. He knows he's way overdue, but he hasn't given up.
Lo atolo maoa.
He doesn't seem surprised that you don't recognize him. You were just a child back then, the night everything changed.
Ba lo yualo. Mopu far kopi.
There have been rumors of a one-eyed Ronin seen outside the Great Wall, and he's happy to see it's true.
Muk bebok.
The legend of the one-eyed child that grew up as an outcast is old and sad.
Tika maperna do wata.
Yalawa wat nawa.
The child could have been anyone, but the evil it had fled had left a mark, a facial scar to remember the past.
Nuekek ujbar no barke.
How Lupa Lupin somehow left you alive after his raid on the old village. He must have had a purpose with that. The question is, what?
Yowotulua.
There's no doubt you're the child, and that what Lupa Lupin did to your village, your Muma and Popsy, was the beginning of the end.
Ewe boboye. Tuloya. Voto lola.
He says it has taken you a long time to bring the past back up to the present, to find your way back, but he's grateful you have.
Maotoliawahu. E paso to bubu bukoye.
It was after the attack that the unity fell apart. Your Muma's disciples divided and formed tribes as a reaction to the blight that had fallen upon the land.
Baluotoloa. Atu awa ya ea.
The impending threat of the World Eaters bringing down the Tree of Life is ever so close. He also worries about the Jagni tribe that's actively working for a doomsday and purging of the world.
Poto wata. Kutuvun poputoe.
Had it not been for the Tree of Life, no one would have survived. He hopes you at least remember the tree.
Tá. Olha. Eu pico roxo.
Asks if you were tired, as it's a bit of a hike here from the village. He wonders if your Muma knows you are here. You're such a good child, so you probably did. Even the young forget. He understands why you came all the way out here, to see them, the potato people. The potato people, or Nono, are a wonder, somehow interlinked with this little tree here, fueling its source of life. You might be right. Like potatoes, they're packed with energy, an excellent source of ki. The Nono prefer to hide in glitter grass. He says you should get over there and ruffle it. See if you can make one come out of hiding.
Tá, capim brilhante. Ok. Que legal. Eita preula. Ah, não acredito, cara. Eu não acredito. Meu Deus do céu. E aí, tudo bem? Vamos lá. Calma, não posso pular na água, não.
You found one. You should be proud. They don't come out for everyone. The Nono's key energy is just what the Pensai needs to complete its cycle and grow into a tree of life. Only time will tell. At least his intention is to dedicate his life to it. He has the feeling the fate of the world depends on it. You'll need to support the tree for a long time to come. The only way it'll grow tall is with the burst of ki released from the Nono as they become one with the tree. You'll need a net to catch the Nono, and he wants you to use his, but asks you to be gentle. The Nono are sensitive beings, an embodiment of ki, the primal energy.
Tá, beleza.
You handle that net like you've never done anything else. He's impressed. He's grateful for all the help he can get. There's lots of Nono out there that need to be guided to the roots of the Pensai tree. Oh, it'll need a continuous flux of ki over the 12 months to come, so countless, he'd say. One day, he hopes the tree will have grown tall enough to sustain the world. But today, your focus is getting this one to become one with the tree.
Do Nono com a árvore. Tá, tem que voltar pra lá agora. Chegamos. Aham. Ah, que legal.
Now that you've seen the Nono's connection with the tree with your own eyes, you have no reason to doubt. From this day on, he'll make nurturing the Pensai into a tree of life, a life goal, not only for our village's sake, but for all of us, everyone. One day, the land won't be as peaceful. Not even your Muma will be able to protect us. You can already see the effects from how reckless those before us acted, and unless something changes, we're doomed. The land won't survive the side effects of the old world's industrial advances. He says you'd better hurry back to the village before your Muma comes looking for you. You did good here today. No, she's got lots on her mind and needs rest after the raid last night on the Lupin camp with her disciples. Wonders if they let the Predator family live or not. He lost you there for a while, but no memory is alone. It's part of a trail you can follow. He says he remembers every single day he devoted to growing the Tree of Life, but now he's afraid it might be in vain. The tree started to die when the end of days begun, and it wasn't long after that that the World Eaters are...
o corfabe.
Records tell of the ruinous devastation the Toxanol Corporation inflicted on the land. The apocalypse sparked a re-evolution, the second coming, and our lineage. His friend Gizmo is working on a Mekton and needs help defeating the Jumbo Puff at the end of the West Route. Wiz is still repairing his octopod to confront the Merc Puff that dwells deep down under the surface at the end of the Northwest Route. Noko has tamed the Midget and is preparing to take on the Hoof Puff at the end of the East Route. Finally, Goop is almost done with the Goo Glide, a machine able to ride the waves of the surf all the way out to the Porky Puff at the end of the route to the southeast.
Tulua ba volua. Mauya.
Out of Date says his friends are gearing up to stop the World Eaters. There's one at the end of each route.
Coibe o corfabe.
The road ahead won't be easy, but he's counting on your support. His friends aren't strong enough to end this on their own.
Poiketawa?
Fabube. Muk kofar.
He wants you to understand that you'll all die if the tree isn't saved.
Mpa wefo wewe ka nuka nuburak.
His friends have prepared something specific for each World Eater. The Mekton, the Octopod, the Majute, and the Goo Glide are almost ready to ride.
To Hawaii.
Regardless, you'll meet again once you've played your part in the tribe war and the situation with the World Eaters.
To Wawu.
Tá.
You're getting the hang of it. Quickest way out is through the roof where they came in, and the rope looks strong enough to climb. Know that the Tree of Life is dying. Its days are numbered. Without help, it can't endure the environmental change and assault from the World Eaters.
Biomutant. Ok. Apresentado por Experiment 100. Tem mapa? Tem.
A signpost maps it out for the cartographically challenged.
E aí?
Let's see.
Placas de sinalização são encontradas próximas a lugares de interesse em todo o mundo. Você libera a placa de sinalização ao interagir com ela. Você pode fazer uma viagem rápida. Ah, que bom. Que bom. Bem, galerinha, eu espero que você tenha gostado desse episódio. Também pra gente conhecer o game. Demorou aí uns 40 e poucos minutos. Que isso, velho. Tá, vamos enfrentar esse bichão aí. Ver aqui enfrentando.
That must be the World Eater that chewed off Out of Date's leg. You'll need a hat trick to bring that down.
Ah, tá.
The World Eaters have made their marks on our world over time. That's not the first nor the last village it'll leave in its wake.
Tá. Vamos só examinar o vilarejo aqui.
Look, a survivor. Glad to see someone made it out alive.
Bem, é isso. Galera, espero que vocês tenham gostado desse episódio. Esse primeiro episódio de Biomutant. Olha, assim, é um jogo simples. Bem simples. A proposta dele é bem... fácil de entender, né? Nós temos que pegar os 4 bichos. E vamos ver. Vamos ver. Não parece ser difícil, né? Mas vamos ver o que vai acontecer. Eu não tenho item, né? Ah, tá. Eu não tenho item. Legal, vou ganhando itens. Que legal, velho. Opa. Tá. Beleza, beleza. Bem, galera, espero que vocês tenham gostado. Se inscreva no canal, ative o sininho, deixa aquele like e fui.